Welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. My name's Liz and this is Let's Get Lizical, where we do everything card making. Today I'm introducing a new 3D box card file in my Etsy shop, and it's a cute little barnyard. This was inspired by Mama Elephant's release last month. I've been really loving making these 3D box cards, and I saw the little agenda cows and they were so cute, and it just kind of inspired me to do this. I didn't even see that they had the barn die cut that they just put straight on a regular card until after I thought of this, but I did notice that in February they will also be releasing more barnyard sets, which is cute. They have an adorable pig set that I will also have to get because I love my MFT pigs, and then the Mama Elephant pigs are just as cute and even cuter. I absolutely love Mama Elephant products and I love buying them, but I'm trying not to buy every month right now, and I'm just trying to maybe every couple of months purchase things instead of doing it all the time, and hopefully this will help me save some money. But we'll see. Anyway, let's get onto this cut file. So I did the background as the barn. All of these inserts, again, will coordinate with my other A2 sized 3D box cards. So you can use this, I'm calling it a bush layer. It's similar to the cloud one that I have coming out soon. I don't remember what order I have these videos coming out right now, but I do have a slimline cloud, I have the A2 cloud, and then I have this now. This one's a little bit more uniform for the bushes, and then the other two inserts I kind of left them as straight because I was you can make these both dirt, you can make them grass, you can make them whatever you need for your barn. So I ended up doing the bushes at the front, a layer of grass in the middle, and then the dirt pile towards the back. This card comes with the mats as always, except for the mats on the side of this one are a little bit different. I did take it down a little bit at the back, so these will not fit any other cards. The other cards I generally try to keep the sides the same as well, because it gives it that elevation, that angle that you need to layer up the cards. This one has a little bit less of an angle because I wanted to feature more of the barn. But the mats on the side, because I'm cutting the background in red, and I figured most people would probably do that, I didn't do them as mats. I did them as that straight up panel, just so you can cover it so it doesn't look like it's a Christmas card, right? Because it is going to be red and green, probably for the most part. So those side mats fit exactly on those side panels, and then the mat for the back does come in 1/8 of an inch like I do for all of my other mats. There's also a mat for the front grass area, but again, it's just a straight panel, which I've included in some of my other sets before. So this card, you can either cut the window and door out the way I have done here, or you can take those lines out. I didn't group them in the files, not even for the FCM, because I wanted you to be able to remove those if you want. Maybe you don't want the door to open, and maybe you don't want that window to be cut out, which is fine. You don't need to do that. You can take those out before you cut the file. So you would open it in your Canvas workspace, remove those, and then cut, instead of just going ahead and cutting. Otherwise, if you want to leave it, it cuts the top, bottom, and middle of the doors, and you just have to fold those panels back. I didn't even leave a dotted line for you to fold along because it's just corner to corner. It's pretty easy. I just folded it back and used my bone folder to reinforce it. And then it comes with the barn slats in the white, the one that goes around the top window. The ones for the doors make an X once it's closed. The roof piece, I also included a haystack, which is a 3-layer cut file, so it looks a little bit more dimensional, and I tried to make it look a little bushy, I guess, just so it's not plain. And then I also included a feeding trough, which again I also just altered a little bit. I beefed up the fence a little bit from this cut file, and I made the feeding trough a little bit higher because it does get a little lost because it's so narrow. But this cut file is pretty easy to put together, and I absolutely love it. It looks so adorable. I can't wait until I order my Mama Elephant sets to play with this a little bit more, but I did use my MFT set that I have, and it was like, I think the set's called the Whole Herd or something like that. I'll link it down in below if they still have it available, but it's just like a really cute barnyard set. You get the horse, cows, there's chickens, whatever. They're just a little bit too big for this cut file. Like the cow is fine because it kind of like adds some like forced perspective. So like the barn would be in the background, and if the cow's in the front or middle layer, it just looks like he's closer. So it works out in a sense. And I end up putting like a little chicken in the doorway. I didn't add any panels to cut out for inside the window or the door because I just figured you could use scrap cardstock in either like a darker red, brown, or a black. I end up using black, and then I just cover those two pieces with the matte layer at the back, which is where the person would write their message to the recipient. So what I've done here is I've ink blended on all of the panels. For the red, I used chili pepper from Lawn Fawn. For the green, I used Noble Fir, and I use it on the Noble Fir cardstock, so it's kind of like a subtle gradient from the cardstock to the ink. And then for the brown layer, I used Simon's Positively Saturated ink in the mocha because I don't have a dark brown for the Lawn Fawn, and I am kind of switching over to the Positively Saturated inks because they are water reactive. Think I did end up spraying it a little bit with water, but because I'm ink blended brown on brown cardstock, you wouldn't see too much of that texture that it gives. It definitely works better when you're ink blending on white cardstock. So what I'm doing here is just adding those panels, and then I'm like, okay, I need to add my sentiment to the front one before I glue it on, which is something I always forget. I did end up stamping it, I think, in black, but I think the like heat embossing this in white would have been a better idea. It might have stood out a little bit more, but I don't mind that it's subtle either. It's just like a cute little front panel for the card. And as always, I'm working on the left side, and then I fold everything over and then bring the right side to it, making sure that it matches the top edge and that corner where the paper folds over to each of the inserts. And for now, these are my scrap cardstock panels that I'm adding in over the window and the door. Again, if you don't want these to open, you don't have to do this step, but I did find it easier doing it this way. And adding the black was just something simple. Next, I'm going to add that matte layer to the back before I finish assembling, just because it's a little bit easier when it's laid out a little bit flatter to do it. Once I fold over that panel on the side there, it'll be a bit more chunky. You got to be careful when you're writing on the back of these as well, just so you're not poking through things and stuff, which is, you know, it takes a bit of work to poke through with the pen, but it's just, you don't want to ruin the rest of the card when you're writing, so just write with a gentle hand. And then I'm going to stamp the chicken and the cow image from my stamp set, and I'll play some music while I do that and color. So that's my images all stamped and colored. I cut them out on my brother's Scan & Cut because I don't have the matching dies for these. And then I'm going to put the little chicken inside the barn just so he's like a little surprise. And then the cow I was originally going to put on the back of the front panel, but I decided to put him on the center panel instead. I was thinking it would also be cute to add that top layer of the haystack into the window at the top for just a little bit extra, but maybe I'll do that for next time and just leave it there for now. But thanks again for joining me for today, guys. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Leave a comment down below and let me know your thoughts. And subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.